There are three major classes of a Jedi Knight. There's the Jedi Consular, the class of Jedi that decides to focus more on the Force, pondering on its many abilities, gifts, and mysteries. There is the Jedi Guardian, knights that devote themselves to the complete protection and sustainability of the Jedi Order, dedicating themselves to the more combative elements of the Force, as well as the use of the lightsaber. And then there is the less rare of the three, the Jedi Sentinels. The Jedi Sentinels that we typically see as the Jedi Temple Guards in the Clone Wars. But not all Jedi Sentinels were in fact Temple Guards, with the Sentinels filling a crucial role among the Jedi Order, as the knights that chose to advance their skills in other aspects of the universe, not just those specifically pertaining to the gifts of the Force, or the skill and ability with a lightsaber. While Sentinels possessed considerable combat skills and had somewhat extensive knowledge of the Force, Sentinels blended both schools of teaching and applied them with a series of non-Force skills, such as in the fields of security, computers, stealth techniques, demolitions, repair, or even medicine. These skills tend to take the forefront in their middle road approach to problems, while a Guardian might bash down a locked door, and a Consular might simply knock. A Sentinel would instead use their skills to pick the lock. The Sentinels were the Jedi that were integrated into the more common public of the galaxy, believing that a knight could best serve the public as a part of it, not within a Jedi temple, secluded and separated. The Jedi Sentinels were themselves civilians that belonged to the Republic. However, of course, their allegiance lie with the Jedi Order. Today, we will be exploring one explicit school of thought among the Sentinels, and more than this, why these Jedi Sentinels, this variation of course, were allowed by the Jedi Council to use a Force ability commonplace forbidden among Jedi. The forbidden Force ability we will be discussing today that the Jedi Shadows were allowed to use is Force Choke. Why were the Jedi Shadows, this subsect of the Jedi Sentinel class, allowed to use Force Choke? Force Choke, a variant, and at times synonymous with Force Grip, was a dark side force power where one could use the Force to choke or strangle a victim, oftentimes with a grip-like gesture. It was a technique of telekinesis that was frequently employed by the Sith and other users of the dark side of the Force, although there were some cases where a light side wielder or Jedi would in fact use the ability. Force Choke is an interesting Force ability when concerning the Jedi Council's opinion on it. They of course knew that many Jedi would implement Force Choke. Many famous and courageous Jedi such as Mace Windu on several occasions, and obviously Anakin Skywalker. However, this ability was not allowed. Force Choke is sort of an entry-level dark side power, which is why when a Jedi used it, it wasn't considered a massive deal among the Jedi Council, or at least not grounds for expulsion. It wasn't an ability that used pure hatred and fury such as Force Lightning. However, it very clearly used anger. For Jedi though, the ability of Force Grip or Force Pull was simply too similar to this for the Jedi Council to expel someone who actually used the ability. Force Choke was forbidden among most Jedi, but again, not one of the more sinister abilities that the Jedi Council were aware of. Jedi Shadows, though, were actually allowed to use Force Choke, as their role in the galaxy was considered one of the most dangerous. Jedi Shadows were permitted to use Force Choke because of their close inherent relationship with the dark side. Not followers and students of the dark side, but rather hunters of the dark side. A highly respected and a secretive group of Jedi, the Shadows went farther than the investigators in their hunt for the Sith. Working closely with the Council of First Knowledge, the Shadows sought and destroyed all traces of the dark side of the Force and its adepts. While not always present at the temple, the Shadows were based in the temple precinct and reported back as frequently as their missions would allow. The Jedi Shadows were the hunters and pursuers of the dark side itself, hell-bent on destroying any Sith holocrons or Sith artifacts that could promote the ancient Dark Order. It was because of this that they could use methods that were more extreme, such as Force Choke, because of the fact that they needed to apprehend any dark side wielder instantaneously, as if the Sith were ever to return in the galaxy, it would be a Jedi Shadow's fault for not detecting them first, as it was their sole goal to ensure that the Sith never returned. So important and severe a task, obviously, that the Jedi appointed the Shadows solely to make sure the Sith never return. But what are your thoughts on this? And what are your thoughts on this brief explanation on the Jedi Shadow? And why they were allowed to use Force Choke? As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching the channel, and your continued support means the world to me. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.